What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of 90 Day Diaries, Season 5, Episode 4, Take a Chance. Let's get started with Jenny and Sumit. Y'all, the whole Jenny and Sumit segment when they went to Thailand to meet up with David and Annie, the entire segment, which I feel like lasted for half the show, it was just about David trying to sell this damn condo to Jenny and Sumit. That's all it was. It was just one big long sales pitch. So Jenny and Sumit, they go to Thailand to meet up with David and Annie, and like I said, David wants to really sell them this condo that he owns over there in Thailand. So the invite really wasn't for them just to hang out with a couple of friends. The invite really was an entire sales pitch. So once they arrive in Thailand, they go shopping, they go eating, they do this, they go have drinks, they do a whole bunch of stuff. And then at the end of the day, they finally get to the condo, which they're going to be actually staying at for their trip. But David wants to, this is when he really tries to drive in the sale. So they get to the condo and he shows them around. It's a nice little condo, but it is very small, but it's really nice. It's decorated, very modern. It's fully furnished. It's a cute little place. But I would have been upset if my friends invited me for a trip and it ended up just being, a sales pitch, like them trying to sell me something. I'd be really upset about that. I'm gonna need you to tell me beforehand and let me make that decision if I want to, listen to all this crap about you trying to sell this damn condo. So Sumit likes it, and he is trying to imagine himself living in Thailand. He's thinking about what kind of work he would do there, and he likes the place a lot. Jenny is not completely sold because she says that it is too small, and so she's not really sold on this whole condo thing yet. So the next day they go to have a fish massage where you put your feet in this tub of water and the little fishies come and nibble at your feet. So they're doing that. And so while they're having the fish massage, David, he's not done yet. So he asks them for the 50th time, could you see yourself living here? So then Jenny, her main issue is she questions what would moving to Thailand mean, or what would it do to her relationship with her in-laws? Because she thinks that she's made significant progress with her mother-in-law, and she doesn't want to ruin that by all of a sudden moving away from India. So she's trying to figure out, she's trying to think in her mind, because how is this going to affect my relationship with my mother-in-law, because we've made a huge step in getting closer. And I'm like, girl, that woman don't care about you. She barely cares about Sumit after he married you. She does not care about you, Jenny. She's not going to lose any sleep if you move to Thailand. Trust and believe she is not going to lose any damn sleep. So, they say that, okay, so then David offers, okay, if you're not ready to buy, maybe you could rent the place out for a couple of months just to kind of try it out, see what it's like living in Thailand, get the full experience of it. And so when he mentioned that they could rent it for a couple of months, Jenny liked that idea better because it's not a full commitment. And so she was like, you know what? Okay, maybe we'll give it a try. I don't know. So when she kind of acquiesced to the whole renting option, that's when David, I guess, felt a little bit more comfortable, and then he took off his real estate agent hat, and they're finally able to enjoy Thailand as friends. So I just thought David was really sneaky with that. Really, really sneaky. I didn't like that at all. Not one bit. He should have told them beforehand, hey, I have a condo here that I'm trying to sell you. Do y'all mind coming to Thailand to take a look at it? Instead of, hey, come to Thailand, spend time with us. And then the whole entire time you're talking their ear off about this stupid condo, and you're trying to convince them to buy it. And you turn into like a real full-blown sleazy sales guy instead of just their friend that they're trying to have fun with and enjoy their time with. Moving on from there, we have Ariana. We saw her on 90 Day Fiance. What was it called? Was it Love in Paradise? I think it was the one with the Paradise one where we have the American who found their love on some exotic island. So Ariana, she's from Michigan. She had gone to Jamaica on vacation when she had lost a whole lot of weight and she wanted to celebrate her big weight loss. So she had gone to Jamaica, and this was all featured on 90 Day Fiance, Love Island or something. And so, or Love in Paradise, I don't know what it's called. So she goes to Jamaica. She meets Odin, who worked at the resort that she was staying at, the typical story. And they had a one night stand. No, not a one night stand. They had a very heated sexual relationship. She ends up getting pregnant, and she has her baby back in Michigan. And then when she got pregnant, the romance, the chemistry, all of that came to a screeching halt because Odin was not interested in being a dad. So she thought if she brought the baby to Jamaica, maybe he would have a change of heart. So she brought the baby back to Jamaica for him to meet his son, get to know his son. And what she really wanted was to convince him to come back to her, to get back with her and get married and raise this child together. That's what she was really hoping for. But he wasn't trying to hear none of that. She even had offered to do the K-1 visa for them to get married and move back to America. He says no, he didn't want to leave Jamaica. He says, I'll come visit my son on a visitor's visa, but not as a K-1 and getting married and all of that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get married. I don't want to move to America. So she tried and tried and tried, and she begged and she cried and she pleaded, and this man would not budge. He was not interested in getting back with her. And I don't know how you raise a child living in America while you live in Jamaica. I don't know how that happens, but it didn't, because she tells us now that she has not heard from this man in 9 months. Now Odin is 2 years old. Ariana is a single mom doing the best that she can. And I guess, Sherlon is a thing of the past. Not only is he a thing of the past, but he has gotten married. He has moved on. He didn't want to marry her, but he married somebody else. And I think she's Jamaican as well. I remember seeing pictures of them online. So Sherlon has moved on. He has a new wife, doing a new thing now, and not interested in being a father. I guess, I don't know if Ariana is keeping the child from him or if he's just not showing any interest in having a relationship with his son. I have no idea, but she says that she hasn't spoken to him in 9 months. When we see Ariana, she's still on her weight loss journey, and she has lost 90 pounds. 90 pounds. And so she's pushing herself to lose that extra 10 to reach that 100-pound weight loss. And I'm just like, girl, you are doing the damn thing. You are doing the damn thing, because to work and have a kid and to lose all that weight and to stay motivated and focused and to lose all of that, that's just amazing. So congrats to you, Ariana, for doing that. Now, she is dating casually, nothing too serious. The main man in her life is her son. So she's not taking these men too seriously, but she does have a date set up. So she's supposed to meet this guy for a date. I think somebody that she knows. I don't think it's a blind date. I think it's somebody that she knows and has met in real life. And they're supposed to be meeting up at this restaurant for dinner, and she gets stood up. And the guy never shows up. And so, she feels really bummed out. But Ariana kind of sort of has like a positive disposition. Even when she was going through it with Sherlon and begging him to be with her again and begging him to come to America with her and to marry her and all this other stuff, she still kind of I felt like had a way of keeping it together. Like, she does have like this inner strength about her. But she says it's for her son. She says she's got to, keep it up for her son and not be down in the dumps and depressed over these damn men, because she's got a kid to raise. And so even though she got stood up, she's like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to go home. I'm going to be with my son. And that's what makes me feel better. So good for you, Ariana. Moving on to Jess and Brian. Now, when I was watching Jess and Brian, I was looking at Jess and I was trying to figure out why, not in the actual segment, but like in the previews and stuff. Every time she would talk, I was looking at her like, what season was she on? Like, who? I know her. I know this woman, but I could not figure out who she was with or what franchise or what season. I couldn't figure it out. So when their segment finally started, I was like, oh, okay, this is Colt's ex-girlfriend. After Colt broke up with, I think her name was Larissa, he ended up dating Jess. She's from Brazil, but that didn't work out either. So after she broke up with Colt, she met Brian. 4 months after meeting Brian, they got married, and now they have bought a house in Las Vegas and starting this new journey together. Brian is a musician. He used to be part of a music group, but he left the group to start his own solo thing. So right now he's working on his very first solo project. He wants to shoot a music video, y'all. This is what it is nowadays. You can do everything completely on your own. You don't need a label. You don't need a video crew. All you need is an iPhone, and you're good to go. So we see him in the house, right, in his studio, which is one of the bedrooms in the home, and he's recording his music and whatever else. And now it's time to shoot the video. So him and Jess drive to Utah because he wants to have this desert backdrop for his music video. And she has, literally holding an iPhone as he is lip syncing to the music that's playing on, I guess, his iPhone. And he's shooting this music video out there in the desert. It was so amateurish. It was so like, what are we doing? But this is what people are doing now. This is what it is. You can be completely independent, and maybe, all you need is the right set of eyes to land on your video or a right pair of ears to listen to your song. And y'all, it could really, turn you into an overnight success. Anywho. So on their way to the desert to shoot this music video, she brings up the subject of children. They both want to have children. The only issue is Jess does not want to have children in America, which I really did not understand. They bought a house in Las Vegas. It seems like they're starting their life in Las Vegas. She's always lived in Las Vegas, I think. No, she's from Brazil. She came to Las Vegas to be with Colt. So she's decided to stay in Las Vegas, I guess, with her new husband, Brian. But anyway, they talk about children, and she says that I don't want to have my children in America. I want to have them in Brazil. And he was like, well, if you wanted to have your children in Brazil, why did we buy this house in Las Vegas? So I don't know if she meant just to like physically give birth in Brazil and then come back to America, or to give birth and stay in Brazil. I didn't quite understand. Then she talks about how her mother had passed away from uterine cancer. And because of that, she considers herself very high risk. So she always gets checked, and she gets checked in Brazil. She has all of her doctor's appointments in Brazil because she's very comfortable with her doctor there. And that's why she also wants to have her children in Brazil. So I'm guessing she means just to give birth, because she says that in America, it can cost like $30,000 to have a baby in America, but in Brazil, it's completely free. So I think that's what she means. It's cost effective. She's more comfortable in her own home country. I think she means just to go there, have the baby, and then come back. So a little bit later, we see them at their new house. They're hosting a housewarming party. They invite some friends over, and they're going to debut Brian's music video to the friends. So they play the video, and one of the friends was like, as we're watching the video, one of the friends is like, oh, you changed your clothes. Because he had explained to us before that in the video, he was going to be changing outfits. And that's going to be very symbolic of him shedding his old skin, because he's starting this new solo adventure. He's becoming a solo artist. And, it's a child. It was like, Lord have mercy. But y'all, like I said, this is how things are getting done now. So the friends enjoyed the video. After that, they got up, they started dancing and drinking. They're having a good time. Not much to say with Jess and Brian, except that I was looking in the previews. I was looking at her so hard, because I knew that I knew her. I just completely forgot that she was Colt's rebound girl. Moving on from there, we have Amber and Danielle. Amber and Danielle, they were also on 90 Day Love in Paradise, and Danielle was, traveling to Costa Rica, and she ran into Daniel. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was like a trainer or worked at the resort. I don't know how they met, but they met in Costa Rica, and one thing led to another. Here we are. So now they're married. They've bought a house together. Daniel finally got his work permit. So now he's working. He's working construction, and he's also building countertops. There was a big issue when their season ended. I think it was 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, I think. After he moved in with her, but he wasn't able to work yet. And they had gotten this house, and she had one of her friends, Ashton, come and live with them to help out with the bills, because at the time your boy Daniel wasn't working yet. And so Daniel and Ashton did not like each other at all, because Daniel was really upset that this other man has moved in with them. He did not want that at all. But Amber didn't give a damn what her husband wanted. She was going to move her friend in anyway, because she said that she needed the financial help, and he was renting out one of the rooms. But now it seems like Daniel and Ashton are now getting along, because I think Ashton has moved out. So Danielle and Ashton, they go to a jewelry store, because now that Daniel's working, he can afford to buy her a better ring. At the time that he had proposed to her, he didn't have two pennies to rub together. So all she is wearing is like a plain band. And now she wants to upgrade and get something, full of bling. And she picks out a ring because she's within a budget of $1,000. So she's at the jewelry store with her friend Ashton, and they're looking at rings. And so she tells the jeweler, well, we're within $1,000 budget. So the jeweler shows her $1,000 ring, which was not much at all. And I was like, that ring is not $1,000. Y'all better quit playing. That ring looked like it could have been about $300. But I understand it all depends on the quality and the cut and the carat and all of that. But $1,000 for that little tiny ring, where like the diamond was literally the size of a grain of rice. $1,000? No, absolutely not. So then she was like, okay, no, her friend Ashton was like, well, what's within the range of about $2,000? Y'all, the difference between $1,000 and a $2,000 ring was like night and day. Now, granted, the $2,000 ring was a cluster ring. And so it wasn't like one big solid diamond, but it was just a whole lot better and a whole lot prettier than the solitaire for $1,000. But anyways, she liked the cluster ring more. And so that's the picture that they took to send it to Daniel. Later on, Daniel and Amber are having dinner celebrating Daniel's birthday at a restaurant. And they talk about the damn ring. And he says, well, now that I've been working, I've been saving my money. And I saw the ring that Ashton sent me, the picture of that you want. So I get it. Don't worry. I got you. I'm going to get you your damn ring. Okay, so we talked about the damn segment. Let's talk about Amber. Y'all, Amber, to me, when I watched her on her original season of 90 Day whatever, I didn't like her. And I still don't like her. She's just not appealing to me. Daniel, it seems like, he's always willing to please. He wants to make her happy. And something about Amber to me, she just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. I just don't care for Amber. And she's 32 years old. I need to see a birth certificate. That girl does not look 32 to me. That girl looks like she is knocking on the door of 40, but she claims she's 32 years old. And to me, she's a hard looking 32. So yeah, I don't like Amber. I still don't like her. I'm trying to like her now that her and Daniel are getting along a lot better, but it's difficult. You can't like everybody. Anyways, whatever. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it on your way out. Please don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.